Ooh. What's up? It's Man Chat Monday.
Why y'all week?
Oh, okay, now I can actually share it this week. Because I couldn't figure out how to do it last episode, but boom. Ooh, I still think I'm doing it wrong.
Oh, excuse me. It's Monday.
Monday. Did I do this right? I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, yeah.
We getting it together.
I got it.
Come on in and tell us how your Monday is and was. Mm-hmm.
Monday?
I'm hungry. I'm still I'm still in the grill.
Oh no. You ain't ate today?
This baby needs some crackers or
I
something.
did, but I didn't feel like getting out of bed. I didn't.
Now you know you're tired when you don't even feel like getting out of bed for a snack or nothing.
Okay.
Nothing
I
at all.
don't get up for anything else. I'm gonna get up to eat.
Right.
I'm dead.
At least to eat. Well, it's Monday, November the 4th?
Yeah.
Rent just became due. It's rent time, ladies and gentlemen.
How you want to remember me?
No, I had to.
Hey, I forgot my rent. But
I had to because that's just a whole thing.
It is a
Rent.
thing.
We need to do a whole Monday on rent. How do you pay your rent?
Late.
Are you tired of paying?
Yes.
Can we all just get a break?
Please.
At least a couple months off.
Until January 1st.
That's too soon.
I want to take my break a little longer.
Yeah.
July.
Oh my God.
July, now I can work with that.
July, yes.
July
Ooh,
1st.
that would be perfect. Start the
Okay.
year off right. And don't worry about no
Yeah.
rent.
And get your income tax.
Right.
Still gotta pay no rent.
Man,
Yes.
that would be the life.
That would be awesome.
Oh, I wish
So anyway, I guess introduction. How was the weekend?
My weekend was pretty cool. I just kind of hung out and was out in the city. My friend's like a personal shopper, so I was like just kind of with him, running his errands in Buckhead
Nice.
and North Springs and stuff. So, and I usually don't get out and do much, so it was fun.
Nice.
Good.
Well,
My
before we
weekend
introduce
was,
you, you still got to tell us how your weekend was.
my weekend was I got some rest because I needed some rest. And then I went to like a couple of events Saturday. And that's it. I just got some more rest. And
I was about to say, I saw you at one of the events.
Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't do anything Sunday. Well, I had brunch. Oh yeah, I had brunch yesterday. So that was good.
So where did y'all run into each other at? What event was that?
What if it was something we couldn't have said on that?
Oh,
What he
I
tried?
was hoping I would have skipped over it on camera.
No, but the Atlanta Fashion Showcase had it was a panel on diversity and inclusion that I went
Okay.
to on Saturday evening, and I walked up in there and I was like, "Oh, it's Johneri'o." You know, y'all don't know how inside I'm always secretly like, "Oh my God, thank God," because I always think I'm gonna go to this stuff and not see nobody I know. I'm being a little crazy, well, fabulously crazy. But
Oh my gosh.
it's always so good because I always normally see somebody like right in the first few feet of me going. So
Look
I
at
saw
God.
Johneri'o, I was like, yes.
Look at it go.
And now I end up seeing a couple people I knew. So yeah. But that was a good event
Okay,
Yes.
awesome.
for real. So I guess my weekend now. So my weekend, I went to that event on Saturday, and the rest of it I spent at home chilling, and it was the best thing ever. I cooked dinner, rearranged my apartment, all type of stuff. So it was one of them type of weekends that I had needed. Got organized on some things I want to do because the more I look at the times changing, it's November. I got stuff I got to do. I got to have lined up for the beginning of the year to hit the ground running. Like I'm already in spring and all of that, trying to plan out. I want to have the most intentional 2020 ever. Like everything, just like this is what I wanted week by week, like that.
Intentional.
Yeah, especially for my business. So,
Yeah.
and then I want to have personal goals for myself too. My birthday's in a few months. So yeah, I'm trying to live.
Yeah.
And I've almost been in Atlanta for a year now.
Oh.
I mean, we at 9 months, but I'm just saying almost.
Oh, dang,
you
you
know.
too.
Even though Brandy said almost.
It came
count.
real fast.
Dang.
But I'm just saying, I survived. I had to go back home because this
Right.
rent was up.
Let's not move rent. But yes.
So
It's about to be a year for you too?
Mm-hmm. In January.
Okay. What, that you've been back? Oh, I'm sorry.
no, yeah, we'll talk about it. So y'all probably like, who is this person that's sitting with, Daniel and Tyrone? So it is Johneri'o Scott, who I guess I should have had your bio up. Huh? But you gonna tell us what it is. But so today starts our entrepreneurship series. Let's just start there. So all month long, we're going to be talking to Black entrepreneurs who are gay and seeing what that life looks like, how they navigate this life, and yeah, we want to hear all this awesomeness. So first up is Johneri'o Scott. Shout out to Jamie for being a hater.
Jamie.
I'm just playing. Hey, Jamie. So yeah, I'm really excited about this series because, of course, I'm an entrepreneur. Tyrone's an entrepreneur, so we definitely want to hear other people's stories. I mean, it ain't easy out here. We just got to talk to you about our rent, and that's only like a little pinch of what's going on. But I always admire people too who still work a full-time job.
Yeah.
Jamie, who work a full-time job and have a full-time hustle. So all month long we'll get to talk about this, and I'm excited. So make sure you tune in every Monday, 7:30 p.m. for us and our special guests. So, who is Johneri'o Scott?
I thought you were going to read the bio.
Oh, you really wanted me to read
So
it?
no, you have to.
I
So,
was to touch.
Johneri'o.
No, go ahead. DJ.
Johneri'o is,
That's what else we can appreciate you.
Johneri'o is a 29-year-old educated entrepreneur who is handling life. I would say that, handling life.
Handling life.
Yeah, with bills, sexuality, trying not to be depressed, because that's a big thing now. That's really
Mental health is very important.
right.
Oh my God.
Love life. Well, I don't have a love life, but that's something that you battle, and just trying to build myself, and build my brand.
Ooh, so we'll all get here. But you said some things. Handling life, what does that mean? How is handling life for you? Where are you from?
I'm from South Carolina.
Woo!
I'm from South Carolina.
He did that like somebody else is gonna be yelling over there. Send him hearts if you're from South Carolina.
Yes.
So I hope some of y'all.
Do y'all know Johneri'o? Write us in here and tell us some questions to ask. Hey SL, shout out to you. And shout out to everybody that's watching. Y'all share our video. Share our video.
Yeah, share us.
All right. So anyway, Johneri'o Scott's from South Carolina. He managing life. So how did things start for you? When did you come out? Where did you go to school? Like, tell us.
Well, I went to school.
We want to know everything.
I went to school at King Street Senior High. Graduated there. I went to Claflin University, CU, for my freshman year. Then I left there. Went to Francis Marion. Graduated with my bachelor's in broadcast journalism, my minor in creative writing, and I came out like late 20s. I really wouldn't say I came out because people already knew, because I was always that stylish guy with girls. So I really felt like I didn't have to come out. It was common. But I really didn't get into it or started like really loving myself, where I became comfortable enough to answer a question if somebody was like, "Are you gay?" "Oh, yeah, you gay?" That was my response at first. But then it was like,
You were saying,
I'm like, "Yeah, are you gay?"
Oh, you would ask them if they would.
Right. After they asked me.
Well,
like,
they ask you and do they ask everybody else.
Right.
That was
So
always my thing.
so I just was like, all right. But the hardest thing for me was, I grew up in the church. So the hardest thing for me was getting acceptance from my family, and I just felt like as long as I had acceptance from my family, I didn't care who in the community, I didn't care about their thoughts. So I just like spoke to my immediate family, the ones that I care about, and the ones that really supported me and that have me grounded. Yeah. So did I answer your question?
I forgot what the question was. You answered most of it, I think.
You asked him about where he was from, and then
When you
and I also have my master's degree, New Media Journalism from Full Sail University.
Yeah.
Come on, degrees.
So can you explain to everybody watching, and for those who may not have tuned into It's Johneri'o yet, but what is it, your brand? What is it that you
So
do?
make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at It's Johneri'o. So it's ITSJOHNERIO. But I have my own talk show and blog, which I'm revamping right now. But you can go to my YouTube channel and my social media and watch my videos. But let's talk with Johneri'o Scott. I created it to empower, inspire, and motivate anyone that has a dream, that feel like they have a purpose and is not being heard. Because I wanted to be in entertainment, and it was hard being from a small town, not having all the money to pay to go to these high schools, these high universities and colleges in New York and LA. But I know I had the talent. So I created my own platform because I was like, I'm not going to be sitting at home. I'm not the type of person that sit at home and want to do something. I'm going to put action behind it. So I was like, you know what? I interned for radio stations. I wrote for newspapers. I interned for this lady who had a talk show and a blog and a production company. I interned for them. And I just was like, I'm doing so well. Like, it was a lady, it was her outlet, but I had more stuff on her outlet than she had. When I was writing for the newspaper, I had more front cover articles than the people that's been there for a long time. So I was like, I'm really holding back. So that's when I sat at home 2 days straight, taught myself how to create a website, created my website. I did a photo shoot, and I just started contacting people like, yo, hey, professionally, like, my name is Johneri'o. I'm just getting started, but I would love to interview you. I see that you have this going on. My platform is to inspire, motivate, and empower. And I see that you're doing this, and I think that can empower my audience, which at this time I didn't have an audience, but they didn't know that. I was like, listen, I've been doing this. And the time that I spent working for somebody else, I just made it like I was working for myself. So I was like, I've been doing this for 2 years, 3 years. And then I did have work from when I was working for other people. So I just sent them the articles or sent them whatever. And it just grew from there.
Nice.
That's what's up.
Wow. So how do you stay motivated to motivate and inspire other people?
I stay motivated by most definitely talking to my family. Going home and seeing where I came from and where I'm at now, and knowing where I can go or where I'm going to go. And just looking at my old videos and my old writings and be like I've progressed this much. Let me see how much I can continue to grow. And especially when I have people reach out to me and say, hey, you inspire me, you empower me, you motivate me like every day or every week. That's just like, that just fuels me. So that just keeps me grounded. And then knowing my resume in the last 3 years, it's like, I can do this. And then when people say, oh, you're just so humble, it's like every experience is a humbling experience for me because it can be gone like that.
That's true.
So,
yeah,
that just fuels me.
Well, you interviewed me, so just to give people a better idea of what you do. So, but you mainly like go on location and interview people or interview them on major carpets. I've seen you interview quite a few like pretty big people. So like, how do you get the courage to even do that? Like, if it's somebody that you truly admire, how are you able to even conduct the interview? Because I know I'm still getting butterflies for some people myself.
I'm just a jolly person, and it's just when I see the people and when I get to the opportunity. For one, I'm just so thankful for the opportunity, and from there it's just like, oh shoot, like I would say when I first started, I would be nervous. Like I would be chewing gum. I would be like, I need to take a shot. I need something to just to
take the edge off.
To take the edge off. Cause my first interview was Michelle from Destiny Childs.
The first one?
Yeah, that was my very first interview.
Talk about pressure.
For my talk show. So I was like, I was nervous. Like I always look back at that interview like, I asked her the same question like 3 times. I was thinking like, if my mouth stink. I was just thinking about, I was just all over the place. And then I was just lost. So my second interview was with David Banner.
Oh, wow, yeah.
He was really like, I was trying, like, when you interview these celebrities, just anyone, you don't want to mess up their title.
Yeah.
So knowing that David Banner was an artist, a philanthropist, he was all these things. Like he has titles. And when I was doing my intro, I was like, "What's up, you guys? It's Johneri'o Scott here with Let's Talk with Johneri'o Scott, and today I'm with David Banner." And I was like, David Banner is a philanthropist, and I just was like, and he was like. And so he was like, this right here, and I was like, I was like, cut. I was like, cut. I'm so sorry. I was like,
why you didn't put the microphone in his mouth?
Man, I just ended. So he was like, you good? I was like, sir, like, I don't know. So I did it again. I was like, what's up, you guys? So I couldn't say philanthropist. So when I did the second cut, I was like, for that, so I messed the word up, and then he was trying to fix it. He messed the word up, so we both was like, "Man, he's that." And I just went. I was like, you know what? I'm not stopping anymore. I just kept going. We was laughing, and that was like that kind of break the ice. And it also taught me like, and I'm from the country, so as you can tell, you know, it's coming out. But when I first started, I was so country. Now everybody, when they look at my interviews, especially my family and people from back home, they be like, "Yo, you don't even sound like you from here when you do your interviews." Like it was a learning thing, but
that is a sidebar. That is something the girls need to learn because y'all be making fun of me because I know how to talk when I need to.
Yeah, when
specifically.
I need to. But
that's an important skill.
Yes,
continue.
Yes, please. But I used to be nervous a lot, like sweating, like shaking with the mic, but. I mean, as you continue to do something, you know, you find tricks and stuff. Now,
that's great that you even kept going through a David Banner interview. I guess some people would have just like, I screwed this up.
And then knowing his demeanor, and I was like, I'll wing it, but he was like, it was one of his best interviews ever. And I was like, this is my second interview. Yeah. I'm just waiting, and this is one of your.
How did Michelle act when you was asking her that same question 3 times?
Her face expression was like. Hey, so I went with her face expressions, but she was like, but she answered them a different way. So I'm like, all right, hey.
Well, at least she kept going with it, you know.
Then I didn't have.
Maybe she was like, this is what I get.
Right. I'm like, oh no. Like,
I would have walked off.
Like I asked her.
I would have just walked off.
I asked her like 5 questions. I asked her like 6 questions. So 3 of the questions was the same one, but the other 3 was really good. Cause she was obviously she was like, oh my gosh. She was like, no one ever asked me that and this and that. And that's the thing. I always get that when I interview, they be like, oh, I never thought about that, or no one asked me. So it's like, I gotcha. I'm gonna stand out regardless.
Thank goodness.
Right.
Didn't I tell you I said he put on his feet?
Yeah.
Earlier.
Yeah.
That's an important skill.
Yes.
Very important.
And then another thing, like when you do interviews, like you have to listen to the person. Like, there's so much that you do when you're doing interviews. You have to listen to the person, think about your next question,
Yeah.
and just make sure it flow. So it's
with research in mind.
Right. So you got your mind is on 1,000.
Oh my God, I had an awkward experience one time with Kim Bella. I was working for Control Magazine at the time, and someone else wrote the question. I had never seen Love and Hip Hop before. I didn't know who Kim Bella was. Somebody else did the questions. I didn't research her at all. I just, you know. And when I went, I asked her, and it was one of the questions on my list. I said, "Were you a dancer or something like that?" And then from there, she just started going off. I'm like, "Oh, I mean, either you are or you aren't." But I didn't know whatever the tea was about. I don't know. I guess the people trying to call her a stripper. I didn't know, lady. I'm just reading the questions, but she like went off on me. But that was a lesson that I should have did my research.
I guess
and not just
these folks will go off.
Please.
It's
just no.
Was it Megan Thee Stallion? I don't know. Somebody came to a Birmingham radio station there and asked about. I think it was Megan Thee Stallion's mom, and her mom had passed, and they didn't know, and she just sat there quiet. And I was thinking. That could have went so left, you know. But it's a learning curve. I mean, it's a learning lesson for both people involved, I guess.
Yeah. Definitely.
All right. So let me go to here. Y'all don't let me forget to go back to the church conversation because we just talked about that last week.
Yeah, I did.
But so you said you're talented with creative writing and all that stuff too. So why? What made you feel like the talk show was gonna be the thing that you should pursue and go at as your business?
Because like.
Or is this just the beginning of things?
Well, I do blogging as well. So that's why I did the talk show and the blog because I just started doing blogs. But then I was like, I want to be on front of the camera. Like, it was just always, I wanted to be in front of a camera. That's why I was doing acting at first. But then I was like, no, I was in one of my courses during undergrad, and we did on-camera presence, and we did editing. And I was nervous in front of the camera, but at the same time, I found this side of me that I loved that was in front of the camera, and I felt free. So I was like, yo, everybody, whoever needs someone to go in front of the camera for them, whether it was for their script, for their news articles, you know, we had to transition into like actual news presence. Like, I was like, listen, I'm that guy. Like, let me do it. So I just felt like this presence when the lights turned on and the camera, it was a wrap. So it built my self-esteem, and I just fell in love with it. And the writing part, that's why I did blogging, because I also like writing. So I was like, all right, let me do the blogging.
What?
Okay, hold on a second. So Alfredo said, amen to that. Nobody gonna give it. Make your own path. Good for you. Definitely a motivator. And then the Donovan, isn't it the person who was on that you called?
Yes.
Okay. He says, y'all on board. I have to be honest. He needs to work before any television show. So first of all, we don't leave comments like that and be rude to people.
Resume.
That's just very rude and ugly, and I wanted to let you know that. So from somebody that we talked to that I thought had good sense, I don't, like, that's not acceptable.
And the proof is in the pudding, because you
right.
interviewed some pretty big names, and just those first two names alone, Michelle Williams, legendary Michelle Williams from the legendary Destiny's Child, and David Banner.
Right. And you
like,
just said Quay.
You know, so
it's crazy. Then I'm about to be at the BET Soul Train Awards.
Done the work.
You be everywhere.
Yeah, that's what
I'm thinking. I'm trying to figure it out down here, and every time I go somewhere, there you go.
Hey.
So Donovan, you're a hater. Anyway, next. So we talked about the church and like how gay people are represented in the church or not represented in the church rather. And so the church uses will let you operate under your gift, but not under your preference, I guess. So the church we came up with something. I'm gonna say it again, you little thieves out there. If I see it, I'm gonna sue you. The church accepts all forms of payment, but not all forms of people. So how do you feel about that? How was your upbringing in the church? Do the church know? Do you keep it to yourself?
I mean, like I said, if they don't know, then they must be blind. But my upbringing in the church was, I went to church. It felt like every day, cause it was like Sunday, Wednesdays, Fridays, choir rehearsals on Thursdays. So the only day I really wasn't in church was like Mondays and Tuesdays, and if we had prayer, I was in church. Then I was on the praise dance team. I was on the choir.
The praise dance team.
Yes.
Yes, the praise dance team.
Listen.
What you did on the praise dance team, Johneri'o? Hold on.
I
We
was
talk about this.
Listen. I feel like I was a celebrity. I used
You was
to go
like
to
a
so many church.
mime or
No,
what?
not mime. I didn't do mime.
You mean like with the flags?
No, I didn't do
I
that.
can only think about the praise
Praise
girls
up, like-
dances with the dresses and stuff.
Oh nah, we didn't do like we didn't have all that.
Oh, but y'all probably did like hip hop dance and stuff.
No, it was
Okay,
like,
don't worry about it. Shoot.
but it was different forms. But it wasn't mine. It wasn't like that. But I was just always into it. So yeah, I just don't know how they knew.
But they didn't treat you differently. You don't
No,
feel
they
like
didn't.
the
And
church.
I was young too. And when I grew up, like after I graduated from high school, I really haven't been back home or at church like that because I was in college. And after college, I started moving around.
Got
So,
you.
Yeah, but as a child, I mean, you of course, if they did say anything, my mom know because you know how adults are. But I didn't know anything.
So you don't feel like church affected you negatively in any type of way?
Mentally, it was a mentally drain because I was like, if I wanted to do certain things, like when I started doing skits, and I started doing skits as a female, I would be like, oh shoot, should I do this? How is my church gonna take this? How is my mom gonna take this? And I always thought about how I was making my family look. So it's like, oh, I don't want to make my mom look bad. And everybody at church looking at her, or the community looking at her like, oh, girl, your son doing this, got a wig on this, you know. So it was just until I got to the point where this is me. I'm not out here being so flamboyant or extra. I'm just saying. That's what I had to tell myself. It was like, I guess another part of accepting who you are, especially dealing with, having these different thoughts of church, or if you hear side conversations from your family about people that is doing what you want to do or is quote unquote gay in the community, it's just like it just plays with your mental. So it's really that. And church, a lot of people in my community at the time was church bound people. So it was like the community and church went hand in hand. So it's like, dang, should I do this? How my community? I want my community to accept me, so I need to do what I have to do for them to accept me. But that got old. When you feel like you're not living in your purpose, then you gotta put yourself first.
You feel like you're living in your purpose now?
Yup.
What makes you? How do you know? Like, what does that feel like?
Cause I can have zero money in my pocket, but as long as I do what I love, which is an interview or writing or networking or whatever, dealing with entertainment and media, I feel good. Especially when I'm hearing feedback from people. Like when I first started my talk show, I only had $200. I moved to Charlotte with $200, no job. Interview again, Michelle, this person, that person, that person. I went to LA. I did all these things and I didn't have money. So it's like that inspired me because it's like, you know what, I'm still living, I'm still being inspired, empowered, and that was it.
So do you think going through all that with being gay and then dealing with having to be worried about like what the church would think about you and all that, do you think that's kind of like what pushed you to want to be in front of the camera? And did that make you go harder at all to accomplish all that you've accomplished?
Yeah, I would say it most definitely made me go harder. Because, like, when people put, like, when people put something over my head and say what I can't do or what I'm not capable of doing, it's like, oh, I gotta show you. So in this case, when they think about, well, back then, when they thought about gay people, they just thought about, failure. You can't touch nobody's life. You can't inspire nobody because you dealing with this. But in reality, I'm like, let me show you how I can touch somebody's life. Let me show you how talented this quote-unquote gay boy is. So I was like, I went hard in everything. Like, I gotta show you.
Word.
I gotta show
That's
you.
what's up. So, like, who did you look at and who were your, like, inspiration models when you were coming up? Like, who were you analyzing and saying, like, okay, I need to learn that, and okay, like, what, like, or I guess a better question is, like, as somebody who was coming into knowing what you wanted to do, when did you start, like, how did you start honing how to do your craft? Like, what did you use to learn how to be It's Johneri'o? Because you have one way from working with you, you have one way when the cameras are off, and you can just kind of, like, chill.
Yeah.
But then you can see when the camera comes on, you kind of, like,
Right.
you're on. So, like,
Showtime.
what
Showtime.
shaped that on persona?
I guess going through hurt, it was like a way to express myself and hide my feelings. And it's crazy because when you think about somebody hurt or going through these, just going through stuff, they're down, depressed. So that was just behind the scenes scenario. But when the cameras come on and the lights on, it's like, yo, I'm gonna turn this hurt into power, so it powers me. So yeah, that's what it is. Like every time the camera comes on, I just forget about everything.
Yeah.
Like everything is forgotten when the camera is on, and I think that's why another reason I go so hard, because when I'm into this, nothing else matters, and it's like a safe place.
Yeah, but it's also like work. So between this and working a full-time job and just other obligations like being a gay man looking for love and dealing with like the past traumas, like what do you do to like, okay, I go so hard, I need a break, I need to recenter, recharge. Like what do you do?
It's crazy because when I'm sad, happy, mad, whatever, I like to do this. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is my everything. Like, I wouldn't even say having a talk show is a job to me. It's
Okay.
just, it's everything.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so having a break.
It's not necessarily like a break, but sometimes you be like you've worked really hard and you need like I need to be refreshed. Like, so what do you do to like refresh so you don't burn out? Not burn out. burn out. Burn out.
I don't know. I guess lately I just be in the house. I just go in the house. Like, I just go in the house. Yeah,
okay, so you're
in the room,
like a
watching
homebody.
TV, Netflix or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'm really a homebody. If I'm not doing anything, I'm at home.
Yeah.
So.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
But I do like to travel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you take a trip, like you feel like okay, I did
Go
all
to
this
the
work.
movies.
Mm.
Go skating.
I want to go ice skating. They put the
I went
ice skating back
ice
up.
skating last year.
We should all go together.
I went ice skating last year. It was so fun.
Oh my god. Every time I laugh, I cry. Every time I'm weak. So weak.
But yeah.
So how has it been being a gay boy dating in Atlanta?
And the
Since the girls know some
entrepreneur.
more spice
That thing is
to
hard.
the
Be
conversation.
gay and be an entrepreneur and be trying to date.
Well, for when I
Is there a
Do you
balance?
want to date somebody else that's like? Would you date somebody else trying to do the same thing you're trying to do?
Another talk show?
Something like that, like personality.
I would. I mean, I have conversations with people that do the same thing that does the same thing.
Well, I guess that's what you meet when you out too.
Right, but I don't know.
think
It's
it'll mean a
funny.
lot
I
of
just
charisma
feel
and
like
stuff
I feel like if I was when I first started trying to date here, and people find out who I am, who you know what I
Yes, who I am.
what all I do. Like it was. I was just having a conversation about. So who you gonna interview next? Can I come do this? Like, do you want to come to help me, or do you want to come to just say you took a picture with this person or that? So
Also, they're trying to use you.
yeah, at first
be
I
up
feel
with
like
the
that.
celebrities.
Right,
Yeah.
like why are we talking about my next event or what? Let me bring it up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, yeah, it's
Well, at least that's
show
how you
at
know how to rule
first.
them out.
right. It's show at first, but I don't know. I feel like when I do start back at the point that I want to date, if it's the person that's into the industry, all right, I think they gotta have some kind of drive.
Okay, so they need to be
Right.
going and getting something,
Right,
even if
something.
it's not in that industry.
Right.
Somebody who's on their business.
Right.
So you don't want to take care of nobody, no trophy husband. Because you know a lot of the girls and guys out now, like they think, oh, if
No.
I'm in the business, if he's doing the business, then I'll be the homemaker or look like the homemaker, and I'm secretly just spending their money and they take care.
We both gotta
We
work.
all trying
So-
to be sitting at the house in our most fabulous fabrics.
We both gotta do something.
Sitting on the sofa watching our shows, drinking our wine.
We both gotta do something.
But yeah, I was trying to take care of it.
So did you like approach it like strategically? Like were you intending to like, oh, I'm gonna go to school to be a host, or did you realize you wanted to host while you were going to school and you just kind of knew you wanted to be in entertainment?
Yeah, I realized I wanted to host while I was in school. Because again, I was doing education. And then when I was in school and I had these classes, I was like, yo, this is what I want to do. Especially I used to look at Montel. I used to watch that show all the time. And I used to be like, an African-American talk show host that to me, he was
He
dope.
was the bald one, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I feel like he always had on a blue sweater.
Blue suit or something.
Something blue, I
Right.
don't know.
Yes.
But yeah.
So I always was like, yo, I want to do that. So it was just school. It was school. It was school. Because I was also into fashion.
Mhm.
So everybody thought I was going to become a fashion stylist, a fashion designer. I was, before I became the president of mass communications, I created, at my university, I created the police, fashion police. So I would go around campus, me and this other fashionable girl, we would go around campus, and we had a big campus, and just do like the fashion looks for the day on campus,
Mhm.
or we just go
So
to people.
were you like hosting that too, or did you like edit it differently?
No, it was actually just we would set a time every day on campus, like in the breezeway or whatever, anywhere on campus, and we would just be like, so just loud, just in the middle, and everybody. Once we did it every week, then people started being like, oh, so I mean, I gotta go on campus, I'm going to this class. They're gonna be over here, like we gotta look good because we know they might point us out. Like you don't know who's gonna get picked.
Mhm.
Like it was just like, yo, why you like? Even we did good and bad. Like, why you got this on? Like change this. Like it was. It
So
was
y'all
really
was
like
rude. Y'all was
it was
shady.
the fashion police. Yeah, it was good and bad.
Shady.
I'm still with
Go
those
read my
police.
outfit on camera.
Not
It was the
police, the
fashion.
police.
Police.
The
Yeah.
fashion police.
Police.
The police.
Yeah.
Then it's a problem. So, oh, okay. So, where do you want to do with your brand next? Like, what is next for It's Johneri'o?
Well, It's Johneri'o is about to hit the markets. I'm speaking it. I have some connects at BET, Donovan. So I have some connects at BET, Revolt. I'm trying to get in with TV One. Viacom, I have some connects there. So right now I'm just working on revamping and rebranding my show. I'll be at the BET Soul Train Awards in 2 weeks, covering the red carpet.
Okay.
I'm trying to do more things in New York and more things in LA because I'm always receiving emails from producers and people there in New York and LA. So I'm trying to really get my funds right, get revamping, get on the network. I'm about to start doing radio, and next year I'm gonna start doing like courses, so teaching people like the basics of editing, the basics of storytelling. So it's just all about right now staying focused, revamping, rebranding, and wow, again working the whole 80-hour a week, 40-hour job full time, doing school.
Yeah, like that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. How do you balance that? Do you just kind of like just wing it all, or do you organize it?
A lot of late nights, early mornings. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I can
so
imagine.
many late nights. Like this weekend was so good to me because I felt like I didn't get no more than 5 hours of sleep in the last 2 weeks. So when I slept in the other day, I was like, yo, this is life.
Okay, I need you to get more sleep than that a week,
Right.
because I need you to make it to these BET and Viacom meetings so that I can see you at the award show.
Did you mean 5 hours like each night or 5 hours for
I
the whole
hope it
2
was
weeks?
each night.
Like for 2 days, I just got nothing but 5 hours because I had to do a hard assignment. Like last week, my assignment was so hard. Like I was really stressed. So I wanted to make sure I was getting good grades. Then I had to edit videos that was late. Well, not late, because when you do events, they want you to have a recap in 72 hours or 2 days. So I was like, oh shoot, I gotta do this. Work, school.
And find a man, child.
Okay.
That's all the way in the back. Like that's
do all
not
of
even,
it. It's on the list.
it's like at
We
the
said
end
it
of my
earlier.
list.
It's on the list.
So we have to do a mental health check-in with you then. So how do you, like, what do you do to keep yourself balanced? Because you still have not told us. You told us what all you're balancing, but how do you keep it in balance? Do you have moments where you go crazy? Do you have moments, well, not, let me not be putting stigma on it. But, so, like, how do you keep your chakras in line? I don't know. Like, how do you...
How you keep from losing your shit?
Yes.
In layman's terms.
I just give me a good drink.
Okay.
No, but so you don't have like a routine, a practice. You don't play tennis on
Yes.
Thursdays. You
I
don't
listen
go on
to, you know what?
Saturday.
I listen to gospel.
Mhm.
Like, gospel really just, certain gospel songs I have on my playlist to like relax me. Or I listen to love music. Like lately I've been listening to Summer Walker.
Yes, Summer Walker. I don't read this.
Latanya,
Who is Latoya and Latanya?
Latanya, I forgot her last name, but
Latoya Luckett.
No,
Oh,
Latanya something.
I don't know.
But, yeah. But I listen to music.
Mm.
What does music do for you?
Well, you know, I
It's
just
very therapeutic.
right. It's really, it calms me. It gives me peace. Like if I'm stressed, like I said, I got so much going on. Like let me just turn this song on, this music on, and just go at it. It just takes away some of the stress from me. And then when the weekend hit, or
This sweater
go
kind
to the party or something. Well, I don't party like that, so I just get a drink.
I mean, every now and then a nice drink.
Listen, that's
Take
my
the
peak.
edge
That
off,
just, I'm sorry. A
you know,
drink
loosen up.
loosens me up and it takes away the stress. Like, I be up all night working with my music, you know.
Well, hell, that's why you getting 5 hours of sleep.
Yeah, because if
No.
it wasn't, I'd be
No.
I'd be like this, knock out. Nothing's complete. Nothing's done.
So why did you choose Atlanta out of all places to go to?
Because when I first started my talk show, I was in South Carolina, and that's like I live 4 hours from Atlanta, so every weekend I was driving 4 hours for events.
Every week.
Yes, and it just was like,
Where was
Yo,
you staying?
I can't
You was
do
in
this.
hotels and all that?
no, I had friends
and
here,
stuff?
like
Thank
media
God.
friends,
Yeah.
or I get a hotel if it was me and my
Wow.
homegirl Kels.
That's when you know you operating from somewhere deep. But go ahead.
Yeah, and I just get a hotel. Me and my homegirl, we would come from South Carolina because she was doing media too. Now she's a publicist, a good publicist. But we would just get on the road. Sometimes we would come, and after the event, sometimes we would just head back to South Carolina. So I got tired of that, and it got tiresome. And then it was like events that was good. I wanted to be there, but it was like during the week. And I'm just like, dang, I can't get off work. And I actually lost like 2 jobs following my dreams. Because I used to call out of work, get on the road, drive to Atlanta. Like, dang, get back to work.
I'm so blessed to never
You
been
were supposed
fired from a
to-
job or something like that. Because I was, hey, oh, you got a show? Okay, I'll call out.
I was calling out, like calling out, like sick every week.
They need to have they need to add an extra day, you know.
For entrepreneurs.
You know,
Something.
like,
You know, they should at least 2 days a
I'm
month.
following what I actually want to do day.
Right.
And you should get about a month of those.
Because that's a
Yeah.
mental health balance, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
What is it when people sick and they got jobs? What is it?
I'll follow my dreams day.
FBLA?
No, not FBLA.
No, that's what it's called.
FMLA.
Yeah, that. They need to have that for, again, entrepreneurs. Like,
It's alright.
you know what? We're going to let that
Cut me
slide.
a cute check
Right.
and let me go pursue my dreams so I can get out y'all hair.
Well, mental health day, go do your business day. Kind of same thing.
Right. Just,
That one mental health day, and that's not even a damn enough. My mental is still stressed.
Some days,
I spent this
sometimes,
day paying bills.
sometimes
that's
you
a
need,
job right there.
you need a bunch of
This really got my
days.
nose dry.
Well, anyway,
But yeah, so it was hard.
so you wanted to get to the Black Hollywood.
Right, I needed to be there. And then I wanted to be in LA, but I was like, let me start off small. Let me just start off right here. Because from going from the country to that big city, I think I probably would have lost myself. So I was like, let me start off in this city, which is growing, which is big.
Yeah.
Oh,
So a lot of people come in and lose it.
Well, I haven't lost it yet, so
keep holding on.
yes.
Right.
So what do you think? Because now it seems like in this particular season, and I blame Kaya and T.S. Madison, but it seems like everybody now thinks like, oh, I want a show. Like,
Right.
so what are your thoughts now, being as far as you are in the game? What are your thoughts about everybody, you know, kind of doing the talk show trend now?
Just try to stand out. Because like you said, everyone is doing it. Just whenever you do it, just make sure you have your own twist to it. Make sure you stand out. And it's hard, so everyone's not going to survive. I mean, I know people that started when I started after me. And then now it's just like,
They done found somebody else to come out.
I can't do it. Right. And it's just like, I can't do it. And then by me having my own outlet and still holding on strong, like, it's just like, yo, you can, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. You're going to get a lot of no's, but when you do get a yes, it's going to be worth it. But you just got to stay consistent. It has to be a passion. Because if it wasn't a passion, I would have been stopped. But I can't, because it's me.
Don't stop. Keep going.
How do we as black men stay holding on before the money come though? Cause it be hard. Every other day I'm like, no more of this. I'm gonna burn all these clothes.
I be looking at emails like, I'm about to trash all these emails. Or I'm about to I'm not even responding back to this person. But one thing I learned, opportunity is better than money.
Mhm.
Like, opportunity to me, having opportunity, it places you in situations where the money will come. So you just gotta know why you in it. Because again, people that I started with, they thought that they was gonna be just like that, or I'm not getting paid for this, I'm not getting paid for that. Do you know how many things I didn't get paid for, but the opportunity placed me somewhere else? So you just gotta look at it from that point of view.
How much would you say that going to school for what you want to do helped you in getting where you have?
Good question.
Like I tell people, you don't have to go to school. Like I met so many people that is well known in the industry and they did not go to school for it. I went to school for it because, again, education in my family is like, go to school, my community, go to school, go to school, go to school. Again, I self-taught myself how to edit. I self-taught myself how to work on how to create websites. The only thing, and then talking. I mean, I always talk. So the only thing I can say school really gave me like a outline as of my presence on camera, and knowing the ins and out of the entertainment industry. But I feel like that would have come, longer on. But when it comes to school,
don't do it. I'm just playing.
a lot of so many people, once you get into the industry, is self-taught. So I guess if you're committed to it, then you're gonna do it. But you don't have to go to school. I mean,
it depends a lot
you
about
do
how
these
people
courses.
learn.
They even
and
have
stuff,
like
too.
courses online, like speaking courses, writing courses, like how I'm about to create next year, basics to editing, which is gonna be like weekend course. So it's like, or like a week course. So it's really, you don't have to spend all these thousands of dollars for the basics. Because when you go to school, all they do is teach you the basics. You gotta teach yourself everything else.
You have to tailor it for sure.
Right.
To yourself. Yeah.
So,
And like I was saying, it depends on how you learn. Because if you learn more by doing, school's not really gonna help that. Or you could get there faster by getting the experience and going to study for somebody else and all of that. The very thing I went to school for, though I do work in this field, it's how do you say this in a nice way? My passion, the girl that I'm in love with, when she going, baby, good night.
Right.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Listen,
Good night.
when I get to where I want to be.
But yeah, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, as they say.
Right.
Whew. So, entrepreneur, is it cracked up? Is it all that it's cracked up to be?
Nope. It's hard.
You say it's hard.
Well,
Okay.
how can you say you still?
Entrepreneur, because I'm.
What has been one of your biggest, greatest challenges as an entrepreneur? Like, what is something that you still don't know how you recover from, probably?
Is it recover from?
Jesus.
No, your biggest achievement.
Oh, my biggest achievement?
Your biggest challenge, then achievement.
My biggest challenge, marketing myself. Marketing myself.
How did you figure it out? Or have you figured it out?
Well, that's why I'm about to get this publicist, and that's why I'm building a team lately, so they can handle all my marketing, whether it's on social media, but I still have like my hands in it, cause that is just, I just can't get up on that. I done hashtag everything, this and this. I can't do the marketing, so somebody else has to do that.
And it's good to link to the professionals, because that is a hard task.
Yeah. Especially when you editing your own stuff, shooting your own stuff, sending out your own emails, responding to your own emails, driving yourself, coming up with your own questions, doing like this. I just can't do it all.
The one man show.
You the top to the bottom.
No
pun intended. I didn't think about it till I saw Tyrone's face. Help me, Jesus.
I'm just versatile in everything.
I hope this is giving some life to the Donovan, because he done tried this whole video.
Versatility is key.
Oh God, take me out. Take me out at the end.
But so that was that's like my challenge. That's a challenge. And just
what makes your talk show different than other people's? What you say stand out so much earlier? What makes Johneri'o stand out?
My personality. And then I don't only focus on celebrities. I focus on anyone that's trying to market themselves, brand themselves, and I connect the dots. I'm true about connecting somebody with somebody else, especially if I know that they both can grow. So just being my word is bond. So my creativity, my personality, and just so many things. With my talk show, I also created different. I like the blogging. A lot of people, when they have talk show, they just have a regular talk show. They don't have blogs. And then I started different segments. Every Sunday, I used to air Let's Talk Church Talk segment where I sat down with a pastor or some kind of church official and talk about the basics of, talk about things that the church is, that the things that the world and the church collide on. So like paying tithes and what they mean by what not to wear, or forgiving yourself and God forgive you, and like all of the big topics that's always thought about. Communion. Why you say, what's the difference between drinking and drinking to get drunk? Because the Bible talk about how it's fine to drink, but it's not good to drink until you're drunk. So like explaining like the difference between that. So it was a lot. So I just have so many aspects in one. Yeah.
Well, that's that.
That's what's up.
So your biggest challenge has been marketing.
Yes.
I just feel. Are you sure?
That's been my biggest challenge.
Cause I'm just thinking with my entrepreneur hat on, not to try to read you for something. I'm literally thinking from my own perspective. If somebody was to ask me that, I'd be like, them days when I didn't know how I was going to pay shit. Like, baby. Woo.
Marketing.
But I can't wait till somebody asks me that, and I hope it's like years from now when I really can tell it. I want to, ooh, baby. We're going to talk about that. Because this is not, it's hard. People think it's cute, oh, so-and-so got a business, let me go start. And this is not to discourage anybody, but I'm just saying, you got to be ready to go in, go hard.
And then people not going to, like, you can charge somebody something, and then they would just be like, oh, I don't think, like, how you going to tell me my worth? So that's another thing, too. Like, people trying to tell you your worth.
Well, because they want to be cheap.
Really? So it's like,
and if you let them treat you cheap, then they gonna keep trying to treat you cheap.
Yeah. Nicki Minaj said if they serve you pickle juice and you drink it, they gonna always serve you pickle juice.
Okay.
I ain't drinking nobody's pickle juice. Okay. So before we go, because we have 2 minutes left in this conversation, and thank you so much for joining us. He was our very first guest on our entrepreneurship series.
Woo! Hope I wasn't boring you guys. Cause
No,
I'm not boring at all. I'm definitely not boring.
I think some people are just used to a little something different, but we still got to be respectful and say everything with love. And y'all kept that conversation going too. I ain't saying that because y'all kept it cute.
And we just can't.
But we're gonna have to work on that. We got to be respectful of everybody and all of that. We don't. And that one thing that I do want to address, the T.S. Madison was so entertaining and all that. They were also messy as hell. So if that's the kind of conversation you want, then you're probably not going to find it over here anyway. I just wanted to say that because I didn't feel like typing it. But keep it cute, y'all. Keep it cute. We trying to bring y'all, we are bringing y'all great positive content. And to say the conversation was boring because we was mostly talking and engaging with each other, Men Engagement Network, we're engaging. So I don't know what y'all thought this was, but it is what it is. But anyway, I thank you for coming on, and we thank you for coming on and being our very first guest. Yay! Woo! But before we go, give somebody some encouragement, somebody that's maybe at home, like, how the hell do I start a business? I'm just this, how do I find myself? Because I want y'all to know, the minute you start a business, it's so much self-exploration that's going to take place. We was just talking about this, me and Tyrone. So much self-exploration takes place. Whatever you do in your personal life is going to reflect in your business life. So don't think you're trying to create some mythological character, because the real you is going to show. So, like, truly give somebody some encouragement that could be watching this and be like, oh my God, I want to be an entrepreneur. I'm black. I'm this. I'm that. I'm in the South. You've kind of defied all those barriers.
The only motivation I can say is just living your purpose. And when I say living your purpose, that's regardless of, because obstacles are going to come. So go through the obstacles, know yourself, grow, love yourself, and just do it. I think the biggest obstacle is getting started, because you're battling, should I do this? What people are going to think? Am I going to do this? Do I have what it takes? Just do it. Like, just do it. Because you're going to learn everything you need to learn when you start. You're going to learn who you are, how to do it, who your audience is, what you really want to do, who supports you, because everyone's gonna say, "Oh yeah, I support you," but you'll see when it's time for them to share and like and give you this feedback. So just be true, know your purpose. I just feel like as long as you know your purpose, everything else doesn't matter. Everything doesn't matter. And be ready to fall. Be ready to be stressed out. Be ready for late nights, early mornings. And that's only if you're really passionate about it. So that's all.
Well, you took us 2 minutes over, but nevertheless, thank you and bless you. Thank you so much. So we're going to keep this going throughout the month of November. I don't want to disappoint nobody because we're going to have guests on here all month long. Yay. I'm excited about it. But again, thank you, Johneri'o, for coming on.
Make sure y'all follow me.
Yeah, tell the people where to follow you at.
So make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at It's Johneri'o. Again, it's ITSJOHNERIO. My YouTube channel, Johneri'o Scott. Just type my name in. All my interviews, my channel will come up. Subscribe because it's about to be crazy. It's about to be crazy.
Well, we wish you all the best.
Yes.
And like I said, thank you for coming on. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you next Monday, and with all positivity.
Good night.